What's up, everybody? This is NealReal, and this is the Father You Didn't Have. Wisdom from an elder about relationships and happiness in life. Like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get right into this topic. There are 4 states of people in life. So everybody you come across, they're going to be in one of these 4 states. Meaning their mindset and who they are as a person is 4 different states of people. So keep this in mind when you go out and dealing with people, because this is the condition of people. And so when you're aware of this going out, you can know, okay, this person is this way and I need to deal with them accordingly. So the state 1 is toxic. There are people that are just toxic. They're broken and they cope by disrespecting and projecting and undermining and hurting people because of their whatever happened to them. And so I would consider these people, I call them toxic. Okay. So that's a state of a person. And a reason why I'm calling these states is because people can change. Some people can stop being toxic. So that's the current state that they're in. Another state that a person can be in is unhealthy. So they're not necessarily toxic, meaning they're not going to harm anybody, but they're not well. They choose not to put their burdens on other people. So it's important to be respectful to everybody and kind to everybody, because people like this, they're dealing with things. They've been harmed in life. They're unhealthy because of that. And it's important to just be respectful, because you don't know what people are going through, and that could harm them and add to their lack of health, mental health, and emotional state. So just be respectful of people like this. It's not be respectful of everybody, but it's important to understand that there are people that are unhealthy walking around dealing with things, and they choose not to put that on other people. They choose not to be toxic. So remember that. There are people also that are recovering. So as you can see, you're coming from toxicity, you're coming from unhealthiness, and now you're recovering. So there are people that are out recovering. These are people that recognize their spiritual and physical problems, and they're doing something about it. Okay. So once again, they're not hurting people either, but they're recovering. They're better. The person that's unhealthy, they kind of don't know why they're fucked up, but they're choosing not to express that and tear other people down around them. But you can see by their behavior and perhaps the way their life looks. Sometimes they're wearing it on their body, and that's where they're at right now, And then finally, you got people who are thriving and they're healthy. This is the 4th state of people. These are people who have pretty much recovered from things that has happened, traumas, things like that in their life. They're meeting their human needs, and they're having a good old time in life. And these are some of the most happiest people you can come across. They're pretty positive. Not everybody who's positive is healthy, but many who are positive are thriving and are healthy. So these are the states of people. And just if you keep that in mind, you get a good sense of what's going on when you're dealing with people. You see somebody cussing everybody out, or let's say it a different way. They're projecting things, they undermining folks, they're disrespectful, they just nasty and mean and unnecessarily, like, ain't nobody do nothing to this person. Like, what's wrong with they toxic? They're an unhealthy person that is dealing with trauma in the worst way possible by hurting other people. And that's the state that they're in. And you have to just kind of keep that in your mind, that that's what's wrong with them. Then you got people who are unhealthy, and they are dealing with similar traumas, but they're choosing not to harm anybody. And they may be sad looking. They may be a person that's just, trying their best to get by. They're hanging around. They're hanging in there is what you would call it. Okay. And they may not even share their issues. But when they do, just have some emotional support is what I would say. And remember, just to be respectful of everybody, because this person don't need no more drama from nobody. They don't need no shit from nobody, because they're suffering right now. And they don't know why, you see. And the third person is the recovering person. They know why they were suffering. They're recovering. They know what's wrong with them spiritually and physically, and they're doing something about it. So they're a little bit lighter, And they usually have the most empathy for people who are toxic and people who are unhealthy, you know. And then you got the thriving, healthy person who pretty much most of the time understands the other three people, because they used to be at least one of those. So keep that in mind. I try to keep that in mind, that when I come in the room, this is the state of certain people. I'm going to come across a toxic person. I'm going to come across somebody who's unhealthy. I'm going to come across somebody who's thriving and happy. And I'm going to come across somebody that's recovering. Keep that in mind. Everybody ain't the same. You can't expect everybody to be decent because of the way the world is set up right now and what's going on in the world. People are in one of these 4 states. So keep that in mind. It'll help you out in dealing with people. Thanks for listening to the end. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can email me at neal@nealreal.com. You can also go to my website, NealReal.com. I encourage you to check out NealReal.com. That's NealReal.com. Or you can email me at neal@nealreal.com. Have a blessed day.